kind of leaning in that direction, still committed to that right lane. Now he goes around that car and is continuing southbound on the 101 freeway, getting back over to the left now in the number 2 lane. Speed's about 100 miles per hour, picking up speed again here. 75 maybe? Okay, 75 miles per hour, check that. And now the LA County Sheriff taking over the helicopter, at least taking over the duties from LAPD while CHP stays right behind him. Again, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 units in pursuit here in the valley. And as he gets closer to the 405, he's still in those left lanes, so not showing signs of getting off here. In fact, it looks like he's going to go under the 405. Unless he gets over, he still has about a few hundred feet before the exit. There's the exit, and he is committed to the 101 freeway. Once again, to recap, if you're just joining us live on abc7.com and our ABC7 streaming apps, look again, once again, showing signs of getting off the freeway. He was going to exit there and then swerve back over the gore point. Not sure if he's playing games with these patrol officers or if he just does not know where he wants to take it. But again, you're looking live at a DUI driver behind the wheel of what we believe is to be a stolen truck, a large black pickup truck with 6 wheels, a bicycle in the bed of that pickup truck. The pickup truck does have Montana license plates, and we don't know whether there's anybody else inside the car, but needless to say, a reckless driver behind the wheel here, doing excessive speeds on the freeway, and now it looks like he's getting off at the 405, this time for real, it looks like, committing to, well, we'll see here. I'm sorry, not the 405. I checked that, Van Nuys Boulevard. Van Nuys Boulevard, and once again, commits to the main lanes here. So he is trying to look for a spot to get off the freeway. That much is clear. Whether it's a head fake or whether he is just not sure where he's going is anybody's guess. Wow. You sure? Is that? And that's for sure. All right, looks like he's getting off the freeway now, getting off of the 101 at Woodman Avenue. And we think this is a Hennessey VelociRaptor. It's an exotic truck, 6-wheel drive, price tag of upwards of $300,000 is what I'm being told here. So we're making a left turn here, going northbound on Woodman Avenue under the 101 freeway. Through the red light here. That's the first traffic light that we've seen him blow through, and that's the first opportunity that we've seen him have to go through any red lights. And we're not sure. He went through a couple of lights off of Las Virgenes, but we're not sure if they were green or red in any case. He is now zipping up Woodman Avenue here and swerving quite a bit. Again, a very top-heavy vehicle. If he takes these turns too quick, is certainly capable of fishtailing. Again, through that yellow there, stale yellow, and continuing on northbound through Woodman. We'll see just how far back CHP is falling back. They're not really. They're keeping up right behind them. At least that primary unit is. Coming up to a red light, making a right at the, no, going through the red. Making a left turn now, That's going to be westbound on Chandler Boulevard. Westbound turn on Chandler Boulevard, CHP staying right up behind him. Again, this is an exotic truck, possibly stolen out of a local dealership, a Hennessey VelociRaptor. Not entirely familiar with the truck itself, but I am being told it is a hefty price tag of upwards of $350,000 starting price. And you can see he does have a bicycle in the bed of the pickup truck. We don't know how many people are in there. It's worth reiterating, we do not know whether there's anybody else. It's a very large cab with heavily tinted windows, and we just don't know how all of this started, other than that it is possibly stolen out of a local dealership. So again, westbound on Chandler Boulevard, doing about 50 miles per hour on surface streets now. Going in the opposite direction. He was going south on the 101, got off at Woodman, now making what appears to be a random U-turn back eastbound on Chandler Boulevard, heading back towards Woodman. And CHP making the U-turn with him. So CHP with several units right behind him still, keeping close tabs on him. Additional units on the opposite side of the road. You saw them there. That might be LAPD. And he's going to go through another red. So he is blowing through all these stop signs, slowing down slightly. So a tap of the brakes as he comes up on these red lights, and then he just continues on. Traffic relatively light, allowing LAPD and the CHP to go right through it with him. And that is, once again, a LA County Sheriff's helicopter right above him there. Here comes another red light, and this time continuing north on Woodman where he came from. So does not appear to have a specific destination in mind, or maybe he does, but for some reason or other he appears to have gotten lost there, got off of Woodman, went down a few blocks, made a U-turn, now going back northbound on Woodman Avenue, further into the valley here, catching the green over Burbank Boulevard. Reckless driving, okay. So the original want, we're being told now from CHP, is reckless driving. That is the original want. Driver refusing to pull over, possibly suspected of driving under the influence here, and another red, right through another red here. And look at this once again. He's not just going straight through them. He's been swerving around very randomly, and that would lead them to believe that there might be something more going on here, especially if he might be under the influence. That might be why they are working under that premise. And you can see there are additional LAPD units that are at these various intersections. But from this shot right here, you can tell Woodman Avenue is, he's basically got the road entirely to himself here. Coming up on another red light, and he goes through it once again, this time making a right turn. Southbound on Victory, I'm sorry, eastbound on Victory Boulevard. This is going to be a difficult vehicle to get off the road. Obviously, you could tell just from this shot, the size of that truck. It is a hefty vehicle, 6 wheels, 6x6, and just a monster of a truck. And the fact that they even attempted that pit maneuver is a little surprising to me. They thought they had an opportunity. It obviously didn't work, but they're going to have to give this guy a little time, because I can't imagine them trying another pit maneuver, especially in these surface streets. Would really surprise me. Picking up a little speed now. We'll go ahead and throw up the real-time speed tracker as he makes his way through this residential neighborhood. So not doing excessive speeds at the moment, about 25 miles per hour, slowing down quite a bit compared to just a few minutes ago. Once he got on the freeway, he was really pushing the pedal to the metal, at one point doing upwards of 100 miles per hour, now slowing down for this residential neighborhood. We'll see where he comes out the other side here, but he is coming up on Vanowen, where he has to make either a left or right. He's going to make a left westbound turn on Vanowen Street. CHP maintaining their distance here right behind him. If you're joining us on abc7.com and our ABC7 streaming apps, a good opportunity to remind you to go ahead and download, if you haven't already, our Apple TV, Roku, Android TV, or Amazon Fire apps, where you can enjoy this pursuit in the comfort of your living room on the big screen. You can see we're continuing to follow this wild chase, now into a parking lot off of Vanowen, and maybe just using it to turn around. No, that was another random move there. A lot of random behavior here. Again, originally wanted for reckless driving. That much is obvious. Look at that, swerving all over the road. And as he comes up on these turns and crosses through these intersections, he continually is exhibiting signs of indecisiveness. Really not sure whether he wants to make the turn, whether he wants to go all the way through the intersection or through the red light. And we saw this even on the freeway as well. So continuing now, another right turn. That's going to be a northbound turn onto Hazeltine Avenue. Just kind of zigzagging his way through the San Fernando Valley. Coming up on Sherman Way here as he continues northbound on Hazeltine here in Van Nuys. A westbound turn onto Sherman, there it is. And again, worth reiterating, very light traffic this evening here in Van Nuys. Lots of room to play with. If it was a smaller vehicle, I would venture to say they probably would go ahead and attempt another pit maneuver. But just based on the size of the vehicle, I think that's might be a futile option, especially with these Explorers. Looks like the passenger side window appears to be open, but nobody in that passenger seat. A little dark, but it does not appear to be anybody in that passenger seat. Picking up a little speed now, about 50 miles per hour. All right, getting into a little more of a commercial area here, now pulling off at Keswick Street, off of Van Nuys Boulevard, still in Van Nuys. And now a southbound turn. So again, the random turns continue, kind of zigzagging his way through Van Nuys, has now done a full circle through here. Here he comes to complete the circle, west or eastbound turn now on Satakoy. How far back is that primary? Yep. All right, so CHP still the lead agency here, falling back ever so slightly, a few hundred feet back. The helicopter calling out the location, and this massive Hennessey VelociRaptor continuing this hot pursuit through Van Nuys, now through Sherman again, southbound Van Nuys Boulevard. We've been here before. He's now going back in the opposite direction. If he continues, he'll head back towards the 101 freeway, or he can keep it on surface streets. Making another random turn here, a westbound turn onto Sherman. Another right turn, northbound Kester off of Sherman, a close call there. CHP, or LAPD rather, coming in the opposite direction. So LAPD clearly monitoring this pursuit. CHP still the lead agency. You can see an additional unit there. Lots of black and whites in this neighborhood. They've made their way over here, knowing that this suspect is on the loose here in Van Nuys. They are now kind of trying to get ahead of him and looking for maybe an opportunity to set up for a spike strip. That might be one of the best options if he establishes a pattern. Here comes another red light going through, catching the green there and making that wide right turn, slowed down, made the turn, and is now back on Satakoy. But they are looking for him to establish any kind of a pattern, something he has been hesitant to do. He seems to be making a lot of really random turns. We think that he may be, or at least at some point this may have actually started in this area. But again, this all as a pursuit, as a crime, I should clarify, started in Malibu. LA County Sheriff initiating this pursuit in Malibu, on Malibu Canyon, right through the canyon before ending up on Las Virgenes, and then onto the 101 freeway, getting off here in the San Fernando Valley in Van Nuys. You can see he is now continuing southbound on Van Nuys Boulevard. We've been here before. He's now completed the loop several times and is heading straight towards the 101 freeway. Is that LAPD? Yeah. Sheriff, oh, Sheriff, okay. Yep. Erratic driving continuing here through the San Fernando Valley, now onto Valerio Street off of Hazeltine, back into a residential neighborhood. CHP preparing to maybe hand this off either to LAPD or the original agency, LA County Sheriff, trying to sort that out. In any event, multiple agencies involved. CHP is the primary agency. Okay, so CHP, who's that? Who's 5-1? Copy that. Copy that. All right, so the pickup truck avoiding a spike strip there. You said CHP is up there? Okay, copy that. Very good. So LA County Sheriff now taking over the pursuit. CHP monitoring this pursuit from up above with the LA County Sheriff's Department. LA County Sheriff now again the lead agency here, taking over this wild chase in this huge pickup truck through another red light here. Very erratic driving, as we are, by the way, still in the city limits of Los Angeles. Back on Sherman Way, heading back in the eastbound direction here. They are looking for an opportunity to spike this vehicle. The problem is those treads on those tires are very thick. This is a very large vehicle with lots of upgrades. Again, we're talking about a six-figure vehicle, upwards of $350,000 Hennessey VelociRaptor that is capable of doing some damage here, and whether it would be heavily affected by a spike strip is really anybody's guess. But in the meantime, you can see definitely picking up speed, 60 miles per hour on Sherman Way. Very close call there, very close with oh yeah, very, very close call with that car there. I think it was a green light, but he went around some traffic there and almost made contact. In any event, you can see overall the traffic is pretty light, as it has been all evening long. Now a southbound turn onto Coldwater Canyon, taking these turns really, really wide, and at times it almost looks like he's about to fishtail, but he is maintaining control of the vehicle. It is a large, top-heavy truck, to say the least. Another red light there, continuing southbound on Coldwater. LA County Sheriff giving him a little bit of distance once again. Again, they've got the helicopter right overhead. Thank you. Pulling into a Taco Bell parking lot now. If he's trying to blend in, it's not going to work, or he might just come out the other side there. Sure enough, just cutting through that Taco Bell onto a curb, into the light pole, and we'll see what happens here. A little smoke or dirt. No, he's trying to gas it, and he spun up a little dirt there. No smoke, a little dirt spun up, coming to a stop after crashing into a massive light pole, by the way. That light pole taken out, and now he's come to a complete stop at Coldwater Canyon and Vanowen Street. LA County Sheriff prepared to execute a felony stop here. We'll see. Driver's side door popping open, and he has his hands and arms up in the air. Again, this was believed to be a possibly intoxicated individual behind the wheel, wanted for reckless driving. Now stepping away from the vehicle. Appears to be willing to comply here. Amazing how effortlessly that truck took out that giant light pole, bolted into the sidewalk there, and the driver deciding to give it up after what had the potential to be an extremely dangerous pursuit. Certainly very erratic, covered quite a bit of ground here in the San Fernando Valley, and now being taken into custody by the Sheriff's Department. No, that's actually Highway Patrol. That's CHP that is going to execute this arrest here. So CHP down there on the ground, LA County Sheriff helping out from above. They were the ones that initiated the pursuit. CHP taking the driver into custody, and now they will try and clear the vehicle and make sure that there is nobody else inside the cab of that super pickup truck. And that is a code 4. So the driver, the only one in the vehicle, taken into custody at Coldwater Canyon and Vanowen Street. CHP clearing the vehicle, and this has come to a peaceful resolution. But man, it had the potential to be extremely dangerous. You could watch the highlights coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. For now, Chris Christie up in Air 7 HD.